This is the second time we've seen this question. You want to remember your percent formula. So remember, a percent is a part to whole ratio. That's equivalent to, you want to get it to be per 100. So it'll be equal to part percent over whole percent. And then we want to substitute the numbers in. So from the question we have 40%. So that's going to be the part percent. I'm going to put 40%. And then I'm going to bring my equal sign down. And on this side is going to be my ratio. So this is the ratio that's driving the 40%. So the whole, the question is asking for the total number of muffins. So I know my variable needs to go in the denominator because that's the unknown that I'm looking for. And then right here it says on Monday, the baker makes 36 blueberry muffins. So in the question, since 40% is equivalent, is blueberry muffins, it's equivalent to 36 blueberry muffins. So the 40% represents blueberry muffins and the 36 represents blueberry muffins. I'm going to change the numbers because I don't want you to copy off of me. I want you to show your work and do it yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 24. So I'm going to put 24 right here. And then we're going to use equivalent ratios to figure out what is the value of x when our numerator is 24. So we just use equivalent ratios. How do you start here and go here, or vice versa? How do you start here and go there? You're either going to be multiplying both or dividing both by the same number to find the other value. So I know I can say, okay, you always want to start with the one that's away from 100. So I'm going to put, I would do 24 divided by 40 is going to give you 6/10. So 40 does not go into 24. So you add a decimal point, add a decimal point. Obviously this will be 0, bring it down. And then you will add a 0, bring it down. So since 40 does not go into 24, we should have a 0 here. And then 40 goes into 240 if I just ignore that 0 and ignore that 0. 4 goes into 24 6 times. So I know 40 times 6 will give me 240. So I'm going to put a 6 here and I'm going to subtract 240. So that means if 24 divided by 40 equals 6/10, that means 24 divided by 6/10 will also be equivalent to 40. So going from the left to the right, I need to divide by 6/10. And then I know also, since you can rewrite division as multiplication, I know that 40 times 6/10 is equivalent to 24. You got 6 times 4 is 24, add that 0, and then move the decimal point in once. So going this way, I'm multiplying. So I'm going to put 6/10 right here. So since I want to go from the right to the left, I need to start with 40 and multiply it by 6/10 to get to 24. So I'm going to start with 100 and multiply it by 6/10 to get my value for x. So 100 times 6/10, since I'm multiplying by the power of 10, you would just move your decimal point 1, 2 times to the right since I have 2 zeros. So it'll be 60. That's not the answer on your slide because you have 36 right here, but you do it the same way. You're using equivalent ratios. So there are a total of 60 total muffins. If 24 is the part that's equivalent to 40%. Okay, so notice that our final answer is higher because the total, if 100% is higher than 40%, that means the total number of muffins should be higher than 24. Let's do the next part, part B. So remember your formula for percent. Part over whole is equal to part percent over whole percent. So we want to substitute our values in. So it says on Tuesday, the bakery makes, I'm going to change this to 80 muffins. So it says a total. That means this is going to go on our ratio side under the whole because it says the total. That means it's the total number of muffins. And the question is asking for how many blueberry muffins. So in this up here, it said that the blueberry is 40%. So I need my variable to be equivalent to 40%. But anyway, I'm going to use my formula right here. So my part is unknown. This is going to be the blueberry muffins. That's my unknown. And then it says the total. So that's my part. This is my part. Blueberry muffins. That's unknown because that's the question I'm trying to answer. The whole is 80 because it says total muffins. I'm going to bring my equal sign down. And then I have my part percent. So the blueberry muffins, the percent that's equivalent to blueberry muffins is 40%. 40%. And then I'm going to use equivalent ratios to find my answer. So I'm going to start with 80. I'm going to do 80 divided by 100 to figure out what number I need to multiply 80 by to get to 100. So 80 divided by 100, add a decimal point. So 100 goes into 800 8 times, so it's 8/10. So 80 divided by 8/10 is going to give me 100, or you could say 100 times, going from right to left, 100 times 8/10 is going to give you 80. So now we're going to use that information to get the numerator. You could check it. So we want to start with 100 and multiply it by 8/10 to get to 80. So we're going to start with 40 and multiply it by the same number, 8/10, to get the blueberry muffins that's equivalent to 40%. So you do 40 times 8/10. 8 times 4 is 32. Add the 0. And then move your decimal point in one time. So if you make a total of 80 muffins, the part that's going to be blueberry muffins, 40% of 80 is going to be your 32. So notice that the total number of the part that's blueberry muffins is lower than the total number of muffins, because the total number of muffins is all of the muffins, which is equivalent to 100%. So since 40% is lower, the blueberry muffin should be lower than 80.